It's so annoying when YouTube does that. YouTube, please don't do that. Please stop doing that. Where are you going, dude? Where are you going? Well, I guess he's leaving us. Tickle. Hey, there's someone on, I'm assuming. It's someone that was on before. YouTube will turn off the chat sometimes, and it's annoying. Let him explore. Where'd he go? Oh, he's right there. Why is he moving like... There he is. He's so cute. These aren't the most common snake, like, pets. A lot of, tarantula keepers, when they get into a snake, get into, like, reptiles, they usually get an MBK. Not hating on the tarantula keepers. I don't have one, because my family is scared of them. I love them. I want one, but... Wait, I'm at 900? Let's go! I can't wait. We're gonna stream until we hit 1,000. I can't check right now. I need to find something to check with. Let's go! Sorry that the chat... I don't even know what just happened. Let's go. We're at 900. Yeah, I'm trying to beat one of my friends right now. To 1,000. And I think I'm, pretty... Shout out. I can't say your name. I can't read. Yes, I can't say your name, unfortunately, but thank you so much. He's wrapped around my hand right now. Let go. No, okay, he's just wrapped around my finger. He let go. There's an isopod right there. Is there anyone still on? I don't think so. I don't think there's anyone still on. We hit 900. Let's go. I'm so excited. Now it's just time to get to 1,000. 100 more, and we're at 1,000. Time for sponsorships. Yeah, there's someone on now. Let's go. We hit 900. Let's go. Hey, Zachary. We hit 900 subs. I couldn't read all that. Hard for me to stream, then click on the name channel. Yeah. Nothing much, but we hit 900 subs. Let's go. I was reading someone else's comment. Now it says there's 0 people on. I don't know if that's true or not, but oh well. I just gotta hold him for a little bit every day to get him used to it. I need him to be a good educational ambassador. I guess that's how we put it. I want to do like shows and stuff with him. Like our streams next year are gonna be crazy. Instead of me just holding him in my hand, he's gonna be wrapped around my neck. He's gonna be hopefully gonna be full grown. He's gonna get a massive enclosure, like massive. This shelf is I think 4 feet long, and he's gonna get the entire bottom row. It's gonna be like 4 feet by 2 feet, I think. So like great. It's crazy. It might be 4 by 12. Yeah. Yay, we hit 100 or 900. I can't talk. I really hope we hit 1,000 today. That would be awesome. You don't like when I started YouTube 4 years ago, I didn't know what I was doing. I really wasn't taking it serious, but now I'm gonna start taking it more serious. Well, I did start. Stop hissing at me. I'm starting to take it more seriously because we're about to hit 1,000. I've been working so hard to hit 1,000, and we're so close. So thank you to everybody that has subscribed. I can't believe we got 900. This is crazy. 2 people. We had 8 on the last one, but the chat got turned off. $30 is really old though. I will say, on average, it's 25. 30 is like max. 25 average. I mean, on average, if you buy one from PetSmart and you keep it on calcium sand, the average is about a year. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I'm one of those people that is obsessed with reptiles and just all animals in general, as you can tell. And it's super boring right now because I can't hunt, I can't fish, I can't catch snakes right now because of the weather. It's been warm here, but it's not warm enough to fish. It's not warm enough to catch snakes. Hunting season, all the hunting seasons are over. So I just love wildlife. Like, it's crazy how intricate everything is, and how one thing could like terrorize the species. And another thing is, these guys, snakes' jaws are not, their bottom jaws are not connected, are not connected together, and then they pop their jaws out of socket to eat their food. They can eat prey items that are like a couple times bigger than they are. I'm power feeding him right now so he gets bigger, but he eats like 2 fuzzies every week. And then once he gets bigger, you'll get like 1 large mouse every 2 weeks. Some species of snakes, you only feed them every once a month, or else they'll get obese, which is not good in snakes. Got 4 people, let's go. Alright, we're gonna put him away. Bye, Phantom. Yes. There's one long video, it's only like a minute long, and then there's a bunch of shorts about it, but that's when he was little. But when I first started out, I had a milk snake. That video is super cringy, don't recommend watching it, but there's video of me feeding milk snake, which is in the Lamprepeltis family, and king snakes are in the Lamprepeltis family. So technically I had a king snake, but they're not a true king snake. But they can still eat rattlesnakes and stuff. Let me see where Lavender is. Oh, Lavender's still in the same spot. I want to find a morning gecko. They're not out right now, but it'd be kind of cool if they were. Got 5 people. Let's go. Yeah, I think my I had posted a video like a month ago. It was when I had first got him, actually. I actually don't think... I think it was a lot longer ago than I thought. Maybe like 2 or 3 months ago. I was feeding him when I just got him. He was really little. Is that one? No, that's a beetle. Never mind. I thought that was a morning gecko. Another thing is this enclosure is bioactive. So it's basically self-cleaning. You can see the slugs, which I don't like in there. I added 1 or 2 in there, and now there's like 2 billion. But there's... You can't see anything because I'm not pointing at the cage. There's isopods, which are like roly-polies, I guess, which are a crustacean that helps clean. And then there's darkling beetles, which also help clean. There's springtails, which are like a little tiny... Yes. Well, if you're talking about like decorate and like what's the word, like I guess plant the enclosures, I do all that myself, but I don't build the enclosures, like the actual enclosures. Actually, that's a lie. If you count the one I'm building for Rango, or not Rango, Phantom, in a couple months, we're gonna do that ourselves because we can. Yeah, enclosures get pricey. The morning gecko enclosure was $100 just for the enclosure, and then I spent another like $100 on everything else. But that's really the only expensive enclosure I have. You don't need to buy expensive enclosures at all, actually. And they don't need to be expensive. And they don't need to be intricate and they don't have to be bioactive. I mean, a lot of animals do benefit from it. Like, this is Rango's enclosure, and there's Barb's enclosure. Like, that, like, $10 into both of those. Actually, building the tanks isn't, like, the actual tanks isn't hard. Planting it is probably harder. You know, when I first built this enclosure, it looked completely different. There was a different type of plant. It was actually this exact plant. This exact plant was in that piece of wood right there. But after a couple months, I was like, I don't like that, and then I changed it. Another one of my obsessions is plants. I'll show you all my plants here in a second. This is my biggest cactus. I forgot to rotate it. That's why it's like this. This is my biggest cactus. It's a torch cactus. And then there's a fairy castle cactus. Purple heart. There's a pothos. I have a bigger pothos upstairs. That's not mine. There's another, I don't know what species of cactus that is. Then there's a jade plant in the back, which I need to repot. This is a pressure sprayer, so opening it scares me. I need to refill it. I have 2 pressure sprayers down here. One to fill up the pressure sprayer and the other to actually use. So I have this like big one on a hose that I can just fill up. I don't know what that means. Got 6 people on though. I'm trying to get my watch hours up so I can get paid and have like super chats on my streams and stuff. I'm not even close, but ow, that hurt. My old videos are super cringy. I don't recommend watching them. My new videos are super cringy, to be honest. Yeah, I do. That's another thing I'm obsessed with, and it's not really about killing an animal to me. I just love spending time in nature and seeing God's creation. It's like crazy how many things I've seen in the woods. I've seen deer fighting. I've seen pileated woodpeckers, which if you don't know are like the rarest bird in Ohio. I've seen weasels. I've seen coyotes. I've seen some of the biggest deer in the world. Not really, not in the world, but I've seen some pretty giant deer. I've seen so many different things. I've seen hawks, I've seen eagles, I've seen hot air balloons. That's a long story. I just love nature. I love spending time in nature. It's just so fascinating what you can see sitting outside. Because don't get me wrong, I love my animals. I love teaching people about my animals. But it's so much more different than going outside and actually looking for them. Because I've been catching snakes my entire life. Like, the first snake I caught was a little garter snake about that long when I was like 3. And I've been fascinated with wildlife since I went to the zoo once when I was like 1, and it's been my passion since. I also am a musician. I play the drums. I come from a family of musicians, but I play the drums. Not as good as Brooks, but I wish Brooks was here, but he's not. What else do I play? Baseball. Oh, that's about it. But yeah, my true passion is teaching people about wildlife and just wildlife in general. Oh, he must. Oh, that's annoying. Phantom. When I had him out, he musk, which is a mixture of poop and pee. I didn't know what that was. I thought that was just like calcium powder. That's disgusting. Yeah, so Steve Irwin is like my absolute icon, man. Steve Irwin, when I was little, I didn't watch like cartoons like most little kids. I've watched Steve Irwin and Wildcrats. I've seen every episode of Crocodile Hunter like 6 times. Here's an eggshell out of the morning gecko cage, so that means one just hatched. That's really cool, actually. Oh, it's not going to focus. It's an eggshell. I just love it. I want to go to the Australia Zoo. I'm sad that he passed, but I have a feeling we'd be good friends. And unfortunately, because I'm so young, I can't really do anything. Well, it's not, I wouldn't say that, but it's not like I could start my own zoo or anything right now. because I'm 13, but I want to start doing like shows and educating people about wildlife, about snakes especially, and what snakes are venomous and what are not. Because that's a big problem with people is they misidentify snakes all the time. And then a lot of times people are taught to be scared of snakes, which you should not be scared of snakes at all. There's never going to be a snake that's going to come after you. And if a snake bites you, most of the time it's probably your fault. I get bit by snakes all the time because I grab them. Yeah. That's true. What was I saying? Most of the time when people get bit by rattlesnakes, they're either not paying attention, they step on it, or they're trying to get a picture of it, or they try and pick it up and they don't know what it is. And then a lot of times they kill the snake for no reason. And a lot of times a rattlesnake is gonna bite you and not even envenomate you because they use that venom to hunt. They don't use that venom to kill people. So, and it's not like they have an infinite amount of venom. They have to wait for their venom glands to fill back up and then go hunt. So you're taking a meal from a snake. So they're usually not going to try and bite you or envenomate you the first time. Now, if you don't leave them alone and you're being stupid, then they will. I have some friends that got bit by copperhead, or have a friend that got bit by copperhead. Actually, the person that gave me Phantom. I found this eggshell today. I've shown it a couple times, but I just think it's really cool. I don't know where it came from. What clutch? I usually know how many clutches are in this, but I don't know how many clutches are in this enclosure right now. There could be like 4 or 5, but I have no idea because they hide their eggs so well. And it's not like I can take them out because they're egg gluers. So what they'll do is when they lay the eggs, they have this like sticky stuff that glues them onto a surface. They can literally lay their eggs on any surface, and then they're stuck there, and you can't get them out unless they're on like a plant, and then you have to take the plant off, like take the leaf off. Yeah. They call that a dry bite. A lot of snakes will do that. Or they'll not even try and bite you. They'll strike at you, and then they'll make you basically think you got bit. Or they'll get as close as they can and not bite you. And then if a snake is like really mad and they actually envenomate you, they're gonna go, like pit vipers can see, they have heat pits, and they can see where the warmest spot of your body is. And if you're holding a pit viper, most of the times if they try and bite you, they're gonna go for your chest because your heart is the core of your body is the warmest part of you, which is super cool because they can see in infrared. What other snake facts? A lot of times, like the snake charmers with the little flute, snakes can't hear, so those people are scam. Cobras are attracted to movement. That's why people can get away with like. No, I've never been bitten by anything like venomous. A garter snake is technically venomous. Technically, I mean it. Well, I wouldn't even call it venom. It's just more of an irritating saliva. I've never been bitten by anything that could actually hurt me, except for like a spider or something. I've been bitten by like a wolf spider and a centipede, but those aren't really gonna hurt me. There's some pictures of snakes I've caught that are. The biggest one I caught was 6 foot, and it was a rat snake. Yeah, me too. I'm glad to hear that because anti-venom in America is expensive. Yeah, I don't want to get bit by a snake because I don't want to be in debt for the rest of my life. It's like $5,000 a vial, and a lot of times you need like 10, 15 vials, depending on the snake. But, no. I have a snake that eats venomous snakes. I'll get him back out, I guess. Yeah, I have a snake that eats venomous snakes in the wild. So, well, he's probably gonna be mad at me. It really isn't that bad. Like hognose snakes are a really good pet, but if you're allergic to like insect venom, they're not a good pet because they are rear fang venomous. These guys in the wild literally eat rattlesnakes. They're insane. Because, well, garter snakes don't technically have fangs, so there's rear fang, front fang, or fixed fang. So rear fang means they have like a little tiny fang in the back of their mouth, and a lot of times, so hognose snakes have those, and they use it to pop toads. They like eating toads. Yeah, they're immune to rattlesnake venom, and they just overpower them. Garter snakes, they need to get rid of, since they don't constrict, they use that irritating saliva, I guess, to take down like grasshoppers and tadpoles and stuff. Yeah, he's very young. He's like not even a year old yet. But a snake this size, they'll try to at least. They'll try to take on a rattlesnake. They'll definitely try and eat baby rattlesnakes. They'll eat their siblings. Yeah, my friend that breeds these, he was pairing them and he came to check on them, and this snake's dad was halfway down the female's throat and he saved. They're cannibals. They're called king snakes because they're the king of the desert. They eat other snakes. There's many types of king snakes. He will be a beast when he's about 4 feet long. Yeah, jet black. The only white on his body is under his chin. But they're called Mexican black king snakes for an obvious reason. There's some that will have more white, but this guy is like... Oh yeah, you were on the last one. What was I just saying? There's some of them that have more white than others, but this guy is like jet black. There's like hundreds of different species of king snakes. The ones in Ohio that we have are spectacle king, eastern king, eastern milk snake, which is technically a king snake, and then you got I don't think there's prairie kings here. There could be. I have no idea. The most common species we have: garter snakes, northern water snakes, which are my favorite to catch because they have an anticoagulant in their saliva, and when they bite you, you bleed a lot. And then I go up to my mom and I'm like, "Look what I caught," and she's like, like I just. But like, there's only like 2 tiny holes. It's so funny. Anyway, I'm from Ohio. So you got garter snakes, big rat snakes, water snakes, queen snakes, hognose, corn. So our most common venomous species are copperhead, timber rattlesnake. Is there prairie rattlesnakes here? Minnesota rattlesnakes, I believe. I don't know if they're here, but I know they're an eastern snakes. What? Snakes can climb up walls, not like a gecko can, I guess. A lot of snakes will climb trees by wrapping around it and then kind of inchworming their way up. Some snakes are great at climbing. Rat snakes, you'll find them in birds' nests all the time. And trees. What else do we got? I'm trying to think of some other species. Ringneck snakes are a very common snake. Decay's brown snake. I guess there's corn snakes here. I don't know if there's any in my area. You got other species of water snake, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I've seen some water moccasins before. There's none in Ohio, but there's copperheads. Come on, there's more snake species here. Oh, black racer. Those are my favorite snakes to catch. They look similar to this. They're jet black. They have like white face paint, and then they have like a blue stomach, and they're like one of the fastest snakes. And it's so hard to catch, but when you do, it's so fun. They're also attracted to movement like a cobra, and they kind of act like similar to a cobra, which is super cool. And they get pretty big. Honestly, they're aggressive well, I wouldn't say they're aggressive. They're more defensive. They're never going to actually come after you, but what they do, their defense mechanism is they'll curl up into a ball and like point their face at you and open their mouth. They're called a cottonmouth because their mouth is white like cotton, I guess. And yeah, they're always a little bit feisty. Don't recommend handling them. Their bite is pretty nasty though. They're a very common bite in Florida, but they often get misidentified, and then they get killed. Or like water snakes will get killed because people think they're water moccasins. So the main way to tell a difference is their pupils. Yeah, they are. Their pupils, cottonmouths, their pupils are like horizontal, and then water snakes are circles. Their head is triangular, and then water snakes have like a head like this. So they're a pit viper. So water moccasins are a pit viper. So they have heat-seeking pits. If you can see those, then I guess that's another way you can tell. Size is a lot. Colubrids, like water snakes. This is a colubrid. They're a more slender-bodied snake, and water moccasins tend to be more short and like bulky. I can't talk. Yeah, rattlesnakes are one of the more famous pit vipers. Yeah, rattlesnakes are very cool. I love rattlesnakes. Haven't gotten the opportunity to see one in the wild yet, though. I've seen water moccasins, though. I'm putting Phantom away. Yeah. There's a lot of super fat snakes from Africa. Oh, Gaboon Viper. Those are super cool snakes. Is it venomous? Yeah, he's coming back. If it's venomous, Gaboon Vipers, they're super cool species. Yeah, look them up. They're, like, people step on them all the time. They have the longest fangs out of any venomous snake, and they have the biggest venom yield. There's been some, like, old myths that, like, if a skinny kid in Africa got bit by them, the fangs would go through their legs. but I'm not sure if that's true. I don't know if it's been documented or not. That's a rhinoceros viper, but they're in the same family, and they do hybridize a lot. Gaboon vipers and rhino vipers are very similar, other than size, but they do hybridize in the wild, which is kind of cool. The more famous snakes in Africa would be Egyptian cobra, black mamba, green mamba, boomslang. Black mambas are insanely cool. I love black mambas. They're people that like handle them and care for them are crazy. They're one of the more dangerous venomous snakes because they're like the most athletic snake. They can like jump over the snake hook. They can strike without you even realizing it. They can strike faster than you can blink. Boomslings are really cool. They're like an arboreal. I'm trying to think of a comparison. They're like an arboreal. They're almost like a mamba. Green mambas are arboreal though, so I can't really call them an arboreal mamba. Their venom is nasty. They're like blood thin. They like thin your blood out and make you bleed from like every hole in your body. I think that is technically a cytotoxin. So cytotoxin is more of a flesh-eating, and then neurotoxin targets your heart and tries to make you go on ant. No, mambas are a colubrid. So colubrids would be mambas, cobras, collet snakes, which I don't know what family that's in. I'll have to research that. And then vipers would be, pit vipers would be moccasins, copperheads, rattlesnakes, other species of viper. Trying to think of other pit vipers. The inland taipan, which that's the most venomous, but like no one ever gets bit by them because they live in the outback. But I don't know if they count a sea snake because there's a species of sea snake that's like competing as a competitor to the inland taipan. Sea snakes' venom is nasty because they eat mainly fish and they need to kill those fish very quickly. So their venom has to be very strong. Sea snakes freak me out though. They're basically like an eel, but they're a reptile. Well, I am a young kid. I'm a young kid that is passionate about wildlife and conservation. Yes, I love conservation. I love wildlife. I'm kid friendly. I'm Christian based. If you want to learn stuff about snakes and lizards and frogs and other wildlife. Nice. Yeah, I can't catch snakes right now though because it's cold. It's actually I take that back. It's actually really warm, but it's going to be cold again. Nice. Ohio's weather sucks. So 66 or 60 degrees is like super hot for this time of year. I love it. But it's too cold to catch snakes. I can catch salamanders, which I'm about to film a video about that soon. Nice. We don't have any, like, very many lizard species. We have little brown anole and 5-line skink. Or no, not little brown anole. Little brown skink, 5-line skink. Oh, and we have fence lizards. But I think that's literally every lizard species. We have like no lizard species. I've only caught very few. I caught a couple skinks, but I've caught a lot of anoles in Florida. Yeah, that was fun. Hopefully you learned something. We have a lot of salamander species. Most common is redback, mole salamanders, Jefferson, blue spot. I said marbled. Five line? No, not five line. That's a true lizard. What are they called? I forgot what they're called. They're like yellow. Once I find the name, five-toed, I think. I don't know. Or two-line. I haven't caught. Yeah, there's a lot of tarantulas. Arizona blonde, I think that's what they're called. There's a lot of tarantulas in Texas. I haven't caught one. The biggest spider I've caught we have big fishing spiders. Which fishing spiders, don't get me started about them, because we'll be here all day. Yeah, I've seen some pretty big spiders. I don't have any. I used to have jumping spiders, but I don't anymore. Not that I don't like them. I love jumping spiders, but I just kind of lost interest in them. My family is terrified of tarantulas. I'm not, though. But I want one, but my family's terrified of them. My mom is terrified of snakes, which I think is funny. Yeah, fishing spider bites are pretty nasty. We have black widows here. I haven't caught one yet. Because I haven't seen any. They're more in the western part of Ohio. I'm trying to think of the other spiders. We got jumping spiders. I don't know my black widows very well. I know there's like 2 different species. I need to catch one. I want to catch one so bad. We got brown recluse. We got a bunch of. I will catch a cave spider or cauldron or whatever they're called. I'll catch one literally right now. Got you. No, come back. Caught him. These are the ones we find in our basement. You don't have to worry about them biting you or anything, but... Oh, no, come back. They're, like, everywhere in Ohio, especially in people's basements. You cannot have a basement in Ohio without having these. They almost are like daddy longlegs, or, yeah, but they're not, because daddy longlegs aren't technically spiders. Actually, they aren't spiders at all, but... Come back. Yeah, I used to think these were super cool when I was little, but now no one gives them any attention. And then we have these orb weavers. They aren't golden orb weavers, but we do got some orb weavers. We got I call them garden spider or house spiders. They're these, I don't know the true name. They're these big spiders. They only come out at night. I'll film one. I think that might even be, there's a spider here. They almost look like a tarantula. They're like almost pink. They have like a pink abdomen and a purple body. If you know what they're called, let me know. Because I used to think those were so cool, and I still do. They're so cool looking. If you know what those are, let me know. Yeah, we have lunar moths. I do like to raise caterpillars. I raise a lot of monarchs. Fireflies, oh yeah, we have a lot of them, but not right now. We have tobacco, hornworms, the hummingbird moth, which I raised those. Those are so cool. They're literally the size of a hummingbird. We got walking sticks. I love walking sticks. Usually only find them in the fall. Yeah. I also feed hornworms to my reptiles. I buy them, though. Well, in my garden, we find tomato hornworms, and I've raised them before. Or tobacco hornworms, or tomato hornworms, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, ours are about like that big. And then we have 8 inches, that's massive. We have the ones in the water. They look like walking sticks, but they're not. I don't know what they're called. We have toe biters. I've caught some toe biters before. That's probably the most dangerous animal I've caught. I've caught 2 of them in my entire life. One big one, and then one really tiny one. And I'm sure y'all are people in Texas. Yeah, they're pretty scary. They're cool though. They're definitely cool. Just not something you want to get pinched by. Not at all. What are some other insects we got around here? We got assassin beetles. Dude, I hate fire ants. I hate ants. Sugar ants, I hate sugar ants because they get into our house. Assassin bugs, beetles, wheel bugs. I think I know what those are. We have a bunch of ladybugs, and when the ladybugs try and hibernate in your house, it's not fun. And then we have stink bugs. We got big stag beetles. Like, I'm talking like that big, and then their pinchers are insane. And then you got big-headed ground beetles. Oh, okay. Dude, Ohio is so boring. We're not very diverse. So I'm not sure. Oh, I think it's copper or red ground beetles or red stag beetles. That's what I find here. And then there's like Goliath stag beetles and like bigger. There's like bigger beetles. They're crazy. I have a picture of one that I caught and I kept it for a couple days, but I let it go. What else we got? We got a lot of frogs. We got tree frog, gray tree frog, green tree frog, spring peeper, cricket frog, bullfrog, green frog. Only the thing about Ohio is I love the cold and it has great hunting. Wood frogs, we got a lot of those. And then we got our turtles. I don't see very many turtles. What we do, I've caught a lot of snapping turtles when I'm catfishing. I've caught soft shells. There's a lot of red-eared sliders, painted turtles, map turtles, yellow belly sliders. I think that's about it on the turtles. The frogs are really cool. We got American toad, river toad, a bunch of different types of toads. I'm sure in different parts of Ohio there's probably there's more stuff, but what else do we got? Our fish, we got largemouth. Our largemouth fishing is terrible. Our smallmouth fishing is great. If you ever come to Ohio, go smallmouth fishing. Big flathead, big channel cat, big blue cat. We have a lot of other species that I don't really fish for. I only really bass fish and catfish. I'm a big smallmouth fisherman. Like, that's all I do in the summer is wade creeks and smallmouth fish. A lot of the panfish we got We got red ear, regular bluegill, green sunfish. One of my favorite fish is called a rock bass, if you know what that is. We got some trout, but most of the trout here are stocked. I'm not big into fish. I like fish, but my favorite wild game is either deer or elk. I don't elk hunt because I don't have enough money, but I do deer hunt, and I've had elk at other places, but I do like deer. It's a lot more healthy too. But a lot of the deer in Ohio are corn. Yeah, I like rabbit. I also like squirrel a lot. A lot of the deer in Ohio are corn fed. Actually, all the deer in Ohio are corn fed. Texas has some monster deer. Yeah. Last time I had elk was elk chili a couple weeks ago at a hunting club thing. Not elk. Texas has a lot of deer. Yeah, you have the highest population of deer. Thank you so much for saying that. Thank you for saying that. I really appreciate it. My goal of this channel is to educate people. Yeah, they have like the highest population of deer in the state, in the country, and their deer hunting laws are like non-existent. I think you get $3. Ohio, you only get 1. But like I've seen some of the management properties there, and like there's like 180-inch deer, and you're like, yeah, you can't shoot that one. That's too young. The biggest deer I've ever passed on was like 160 inches, and I was so mad. My dad's like, oh, that one's too young, can't shoot it. The buck I shot this year was okay. I'm trying to think of what other things. Ohio does have the world record. It wasn't killed by anyone with a weapon. Someone ran it over a car. It's called the hole in the horn buck. Someone shot it with a 22 in the horn, and they found a 22 bullet in its antler. Look it up. It's pretty cool. And then I've actually been to the Ohio Deer Hall of Fame, and it's insane how many big deer we got. The biggest deer I've killed isn't that big, but my dad has like 160-inch. But we've seen so many bigger deer. If you go onto some of my community posts about a deer named Splits, he was easy 200 inches, but he just like disappeared. My dad's deer this year got shot by the neighbor for the 3rd time. My dad missed on the biggest deer of his life, and then the neighbor shot him the next day. And then my dad was chasing this one deer named number 9, and then the neighbor shot that one. And then this year in December. Yeah, I might. In December, this year, my uncle texted my dad, and he's like, I'm so sorry. And then the neighbor sent us a picture of our deer named Steve, who we've been looking at for like 3-4 years. We have a deer named Jimothy. He's pretty big. I'll go upstairs and show you my deer in a second. Or if you just go into any of my videos or some of my videos, you can see him. That's my biggest buck. It's not that big, but I'm not in it for just to shoot a deer. Deer meat is very healthy, and also hunting is very good for the environment. If we didn't have hunters, the ecosystem would crash. There'd be way too many animals, and the coyotes would be starving. The other animals would be starving. So hunting isn't just about killing animals, it's about conservation and protecting our wildlife. Well, I think I'm going to end it here. Thank you, literally. This has been one of my best streams. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all your questions, and I will always try and answer them. See you.